All right, listen to this one.
Go
The
ahead.
attorney is my brother, testified the accountant. But the attorney testified he did not have a brother. So who's lying?
Whoa. Run it back.
The attorney is my brother,
Okay.
says the accountant.
Okay.
But the attorney testified he did not have a brother. So who's lying?
The accountant said the attorney is his brother.
Yes.
But the
Attorney.
attorney
Said he never had a brother.
said he never had a brother.
Never have a brother. So who's lying?
Whoa. Got me confused. The attorney said, oh no, the attorney is my brother, said
Yes.
the accountant. But the attorney testified that he never had a brother.
Yes. So who's lying? You have 2 seconds.
Jesus.
You have 5 seconds.
The attorney.
None of them is lying.
How?
Because the accountant was his sister, not his brother.
Oh, wow. Okay, so she never had a brother, but oh my goodness. That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, my turn. What can one catch that is not thrown? What can one catch that
What
is
can you
not
catch?
Yes, that is not thrown.
That is not thrown. You can catch it, but they didn't throw it.
Yeah.
Will they catch it? Oh, Jew.
Yeah.
You catch a cold. Right? Blessings and love.
Blessings
it is
and
always
love.
a great day here at Refuge and Fortress. My name is Emmanuel O.
And I'm Lonnie O.
And this is
Philia.
welcome back to the month of November. Welcome to the month of November. We want to thank you all for last month on our Partners and Parents series.
Yes.
The feedback was redunculous.
Amazing.
It was amazing. We loved it. We were chit-chatting and, just the DMs were filling up about it. And so I want to thank you all one more time for that. This month of November, first of all, congratulations for making it into November.
Happy
by the
new
way.
month.
Happy new month, if we haven't said that already. But this month, we are focusing solely on the couples, on the partners.
Partners, yes.
Okay? And we've got a new story, a new series. And I'm going to call this the Bob and Becky series, right?
That's an interesting name.
Yeah, the Bob and Becky series. So here's the storyline.
Okay.
Bob and Becky, who had been dating for over a year now, right? Went out on a very nice date in one of the most expensive restaurants in the city.
Fancy.
Right? Very fancy, right? And as they got to that restaurant, Bob feels like, you know what? They're of marriageable age, and they both have their ducks in a row. Everything is looking beautiful. Why not? So Bob decides to pop a question to Becky. And Bob says, hey, Becky, listen, I think I like you. I think I want to make this thing a lasting thing. Will you marry me? He didn't propose like that.
Right.
That was the.
I was gonna say, if you said, "I think I like you," what? You want to propose?
But that was the gist of it, right? So he goes, will you be mine forever? Will you marry me? And Becky was very hesitant. When she was hesitant, she didn't say no, but she definitely didn't say yes.
Right.
And when Bob asked her why, what happened, she said, well, because she doesn't feel too comfortable. She doesn't feel confident in the level of their love just yet. And so Bob was like, wait a minute, I'll buy you the most expensive gifts. I take you to the most expensive restaurants.
Right.
I do, whenever you need something, I'm always getting it for you.
Right.
I take you to the best vacation spots. Like, I really love you. What do you mean that, you're not confident in our love? And Becky says, listen, I really appreciate the fact that you do all that for me. But the problem is, just buying me expensive stuff is not my love language only, right? Yeah. While I do appreciate the fact that you do that, and I really do love you, but it doesn't give me the confidence that I need, that after dating for almost a year or over a year, that it's time for us to take our relationship to the next level, right? I just don't feel that assurance just yet, because I don't think we're speaking the same love language. And so Bob is distraught. Bob doesn't know what to do.
Confused.
And Becky says, listen, I don't just want you to show me the love, I want to feel the love, right? Don't just show it to me, I want to feel like you love me, right? And so that is the storyline.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because usually when you say, don't just say you love me, show me that you love me.
Yes.
Now it's even taking it a bit further and say, don't just show me that you love me. I want to feel
that you love me, And so Becky was like, I really do love you,
Yeah.
but I'm just not sure about the future of our relationship just yet. And so we find this to be true in a lot of relationships,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Where one of them is way up here, and the other one is like
Still
right
like
here, and
on.
you got to give time for both of them to
get on the same page.
on the same page. The love has got to be felt equally, and so it avoids this awkwardness of, will you marry me? And it's like,
or even just giving them that confidence, so that
yeah. And it wasn't until Bob popped this question that Becky that he realized, wait a minute, we've been on a completely different wavelengths this whole time. Anyway, so today we're talking about 5 confidence boosts that every woman need in a relationship.
And the first confidence is acknowledgments and compliments. Every woman loves to be complimented. You look good today. Wow, I love that hair. I love that outfit. Like, randomly, it's not I asked you and then you tell me kind of thing. It's almost like you kind of just noticed. You acknowledge the things that she does. Like, ooh, that food you made the other day.
Yeah.
A1. It's not when she asks about it. It's you just tell her, because it lets her know that she's seen. It lets her know that you really for the most part is that she's seen. You see her basically. So you give her that compliment. You give her the kudos that she deserves when she does things for you and for the family. She dresses nice. She looks nice. You make it a point to just point out the good things that she does, or the good things you see in her.
Yeah, absolutely. And our women are always doing stuff, right? Women are always thinking about the family. They're always doing stuff. It helps when the man acknowledges her effort, right? Baby, I see you. Baby, oh man, you look beautiful today. Oh, I love that food that you made, the way you changed it up and you did it this way.
Yeah.
Man, it shows her that you care and you see her efforts.
Yeah.
I remember for me, and man, hey, listen, you can learn if you want. I'm just saying, right? When we go out and my wife dresses in a very nice outfit, especially one that I got her, I'm always like complimenting her, right? I'm always saying, this is beautiful. You look good today. Man, you're not gonna, I can't wait till we get home. The things I'm gonna do to you, right? We're jokingly talking about it at the function or event that we go to, right? And it makes her feel like, hey, all the makeup that I did today
wasn't a waste.
That I did, it wasn't a waste. Somebody see me.
Exactly.
Somebody appreciate all of this. And so compliments and acknowledgement will always go a very long way.
Yeah.
And the second confidence booster that every woman need in a relationship, no matter how long you've been together or how short you've been together, no matter if it's a relationship or courting relationship, no matter if it's a marriage, no matter what, every woman needs this 5 confidence booster that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So number 2 is advocacy. Every woman wants to feel like her man got her back,
absolutely.
No matter what,
Absolutely.
no matter with who.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if it's
Absolutely.
with his mother. Sometimes the mother-in-laws, whether it's on the husband side
or
or
the
wife's side, right, or the girlfriend side or the boyfriend side, right? No matter prospective mother-in-law, right? If because they're women too, right? So they've built their home a certain way, and they probably think they are the best at doing that, at building homes. And so when they meet another female who's married to their son, for example, doing things a little different from the way
What
they would do it, right?
Exactly.
They may want to say something about that. They may want to compliment on it and say, well, when you guys were growing up, I did this, I did that.
Or do it this way, it's better.
Do it this way, right? Or this way is better.
Right.
And while they mean no harm, you as a man, you have to stand up for your wife and say, well, mother, I really appreciate the fact that you're making that suggestion, but you do know, like, my wife does it this way too, and we actually really like it this way too.
Right.
It's not to be disrespectful or to say anything. It's just speaking up for her when she's unable to speak up for herself. Or sometimes maybe when your wife is not around and your best friend wants to come out of his face to your wife and say, maybe let's say you're complaining about your wife, right? Let's say you're saying, oh man, my wife, she didn't cook today, she didn't do this, and then the best friend wants to lanubo, right? He wants to say, that your wife.
Wait a minute. I'm talking about her. You best check yourself.
Exactly. It's like, best friend, hold up. Oh, that's still my wife
we
now.
We can take that title fast.
So, and when she hears that and she sees that, every woman's confidence will go to the roof, because it's like, it shows her that you really, really are for her, and you got her back no matter what. And it doesn't matter who with. And that's on the more lighter end. There are more extreme ends, ends where you really got to defend the lady. You really got to stand up for her. You really have to, like, sometimes get in somebody's face if you have to, because when they're coming out their face to your wife or your significant other, you have to be the man who is supposed to protect her whenever she's feeling vulnerable, right? With somebody else. With you, it's fine. But outside, when they want to make her feel vulnerable and embarrassed or anything like that, or put her, you got to stand up and protect the lady,
And what it really does is it just makes her not feel alone. That's really the bottom line. It makes her not feel alone. It makes her know that she has somebody in her corner, no matter what the situation is. So that's a very good one. Okay, the third one is affection. Affection. This is an important one, right? Because when we talk about affection, I think for the most part and for most women, we're not even talking about the sexual parts of things. We're talking about non-sexual physical things, like touching, like hugging, like holding hands, all those cute little like just hugging, making her feel like you feel her, like it's like it deals more with emotionally connecting with her, right? It deals with emotion connecting with her, giving her gifts, like what Bob was doing. That's part of it.
That's part of showing affection.
It's part of showing affection.
Affection alone.
It's not all that she needs, right? Words of affirmation is also part of that. Listen, for women, I think for the most part, for most women, affection goes a long way. It helps. It's like, women are more emotional beings. So it's like you're knocking at her emotional door when you're affectionate with her. It makes her feel loved. It makes her feel like, I think back to the honeymoon stage in the relationship, like that beginning stage when you just started getting to know her, and the chase,
giving her the butterflies,
and you're doing all those things, you're giving her those butterflies in her tummy. You're calling her, you're texting her randomly, telling her I love you, telling her you look good today. I can't wait till I see you, or I miss you. Like those little affection touches, you're just putting it out there. Those things you do in that honeymoon stage, still doing that even way past the honeymoon stage. Those that is a huge confidence booster in my opinion. I'll speak for myself personally. That is a huge confidence booster, because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel loved. It makes you feel like there's somebody that has that heartstring. You're pulling that heartstring of the woman. So affection is
that's a nice one. That's a nice one, because like you said, affection sometimes doesn't have to be sexual. No. For most men, we believe affection is all about sex.
For all men.
So
when you say affection, let's go to the room.
That's it.
Like, wait a minute.
My wife can
First
come
of
to
all,
me and say, well, you didn't show me any affection today.
Hey, really?
You're missing affection?
I'm like, did you hug me?
Meet me upstairs.
Did you hold my hand?
Meet me upstairs.
Let us go straight
Let me
to the
show
room.
you all kinds of affection, right? Holy affection.
Oh my
in holy
gosh.
matrimony. Amen? Amen. All right now. Okay. Now, number 4, the next confidence booster that every woman needs is attention. Okay, and I gotta
What's the
stop here.
difference?
Yeah, there's a difference. I gotta stop here now. Attention is different from affection.
Okay.
Attention is different from acknowledgement. It's different from compliments, right? Attention is paying attention. Really is, and the way I put it is this: only what is nurtured is bound to flourish. Only what you water is bound to grow. If you don't pay attention to it, it's going to decay.
Wither away.
It's going to wither away. It's not going to flourish the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
A woman loves when a man pays all the right attention to her to help her fulfill her utmost potential, to help her become the best version of herself, to water her, to nurture her. You see, women have this power of turning a seed into a forest. You give her anything, she can turn it into something.
Nurture it.
You know what I'm saying? But that seed needs to be watered, right? And that watering comes from you who's on the outside. She's like a soil.
Right.
You put that seed in her, you don't stamp on it. You know, you don't dig it out, that seed.
Or you don't just leave it alone.
You don't just leave it alone and
just
not
don't pay
take
attention,
care of it,
right?
right? You water it.
Yeah.
You nurture it. It begins to grow a little bit, and you keep watering, you keep speaking word of life to her. You keep encouraging her.
Right.
You keep giving her the support that she needs, the protection, the guidance that she, whatever it is, you keep giving her all the right attention for growth.
Yeah.
Before you know it, man, she is at her, she is flying. You know, she's soaring like an eagle that she is, right? So every woman needs attention. You need to pay attention to her needs and make sure that they are met. Pay attention to her emotions and make sure that they are managed with love. Pay attention to her words and make sure that they're heard, right? When she's saying something, pay attention to it and make sure you're hearing what she's saying, right? You know, and I put it this way: a man who is attentive can never be caught off guard by anything. You know,
You're aware of everything
you're
that's going on.
aware of everything that's going on in your surroundings. And I believe most marriages, most relationships never make it to the point of marriage, and if they do make it to the point of marriage, most marriages fail because somebody refused to pay attention. Somebody failed to pay attention. Most marriages fail because somebody failed to pay attention when it was needed the most.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you think about it, the first three boosters that we mentioned, attention ties it all together.
Yes.
You know, when you pay attention, you will compliment her. You will acknowledge her.
Exactly.
When you pay attention, you will advocate for her when you need to. When you pay attention, you would be affectionate. You would know she needs some affection, you know? So it ties those three things together. And it's that's why it's separate, because it talks to so many different things when it comes to what she needs.
Yes. And I think the takeaway from that attention part is nurturing, really. And whatever it takes to nurture. If you have to compliment her, do it. If you have to defend her, do it. If you have to stand up for her, do it. If you have to acknowledge her, do it. Just give her that tender, loving care for her to be the best version of herself for you, and especially for herself, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. And the fifth confidence booster that every woman needs is authenticity.
Say
authenticity.
Say that.
Now, when we're talking about authenticity, we're talking about realness.
Yes.
We're talking about him being his
Honesty.
authentic self, being honest.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Being honest about who you are and your intentions goes a long way.
Yes.
It gives her the confidence that she knows who you are. She knows where you stand in the relationship. You know, you're honest about who you are, not just when you're with her, when you're with other people.
Exactly. You're
a
the
lot
same
of people,
person. You're real.
A lot of people run into these issues where they have people that are like two-faced. They're one person, like you get those people that are in a relationship and it's like, oh, he's so nice to me when we're together. And then you get outside and it's like toxic and people are looking at her like, why are you with him? But he's telling her some sweet nothings in her ears at home, you know, like that kind of thing. Somebody that's 100% real, his authentic self, you know, inside and outside. You know, she's the person she knew him to be when they met. 10 years later, still the same person.
Yeah.
20 years later, still the same person. In secret and not in secret,
Yeah.
still the same person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that's a very, very good point, because a lot of women, right, they miss it in that area. A man is one way outside with his friends, with his family. He's nasty, right? But with you, he's a completely different way.
Right.
He's more soft and tender and
Right.
everything like that. And when everybody else around you are like, why are you with this person? And you find yourself in a position where you always have to defend his character.
like,
and say, oh, well,
that's
you know, he's not really
nice.
like that. You know,
Give it time.
When it's just me and him, he's a very sweet guy. You just got to get to know him and everything like that. If they don't know him for themselves, you know what I'm saying? If they don't know the real him for themselves, right? It's only a matter of time before that him on outside translates on the inside,
Absolutely.
right? He will
It's
bring
there.
that thing. It's there.
It's there.
It's just
so it would show up.
Exactly. One day it will show up,
up.
right? So a woman appreciate when a man is at his most authentic self, at his most real self. And I would say, honestly, at his most weakest, most strongest at the same time, most vulnerable, most everything. He's just take off the
100%
mask.
of himself. Yeah.
Take off the mask.
Yeah.
Stop hiding yourself.
Yeah.
Be real with your woman.
Yeah.
At least she knows what she's dealing with, right? And she can appreciate that. What ends up happening is that she develops this motherly nature of love that she wants to cover you in her nest, right? She wants to protect and make sure that nothing is wrong with you. So she covers you with love. She covers you with prayer, most importantly, right? She does this thing that she just sees you as, now I gotta protect this man.
Right.
You know, protect our black men at all costs, right? Protect our black women at all costs, right?
Yeah.
We have to do everything we can to protect, but she only gets to that point of that coverage when she sees that you are your most authentic self.
And I
with
like
her.
that because, and this is why when we talk about being in that dating phase, like before marriage phase, getting to know somebody in all seasons, you know, so that way you actually truly know who this person is. So it's not a shocker if you get outside and they're like, oh, do you know this kind of person? You already know. If that's what you accept, that's what you accept.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, I've never seen this side of you. Yeah?
Yeah.
I've never seen this
never
side
wanna
of
find
you.
yourself
Let
in a
me
place
see
like
all
that
the
where you're-
sides so I can
Yeah.
decide where I'm
If-
moving forward.
to get
If I
there.
can take it, if I can't take
You
it. Let
got
me
it.
see all your side. Let
You
me see
got
when
it.
you're angry. Let me see
Yeah.
when you're sad. Let me
Yeah.
see when you're broken.
Yeah.
Let me see when you're happy. So that way I know who your true self is.
Yeah.
And I can know whether this is the kind of person I want to be with or not.
For the rest of my life.
You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
at your most authentic self, at your
Authentic
most
self.
real self,
Yes.
at your most man, whatever makes you who you are. Just
exactly.
be yourself with the lady. She's going to appreciate it, and it will boost her confidence in your
Because
relationship.
nobody can tell her
your
nothing
love.
about you that she don't
That
already
she doesn't
know.
already know.
I don't think you guys understand how important that is.
Yeah.
It makes somebody feel so foolish and so like, what?
Taken aback.
When somebody can tell you about the person you're with more than you know.
More than you know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Who's this person?
Yeah.
You know, and we're talking about, it could be different length in a relationship, but the bottom line is when you get to a point where it's been solid. We're talking about, you know,
Dating with a purpose.
with a purpose,
with marriage
exactly.
in view.
You know, nobody should be able to tell you about the person next to you more than you know.
Yeah.
If they do,
absolutely.
then you don't know the person that well, and you need to get to know the person.
Exactly. So this is what Becky was missing in Bob.
Right.
But Becky,
And to give a disclaimer too, it's not saying that Bob was wrong or, you know, he didn't do anything right. He was doing something right.
well, he was doing what he believed
exactly
was his most expression of love, right?
Exactly. And communication is a huge part when it comes to this boosters that we're talking about.
Yes.
You can't expect somebody to just know what pulls your heartstrings. You know, this is a general list for men to know. Understand that every woman have some of the same qualities.
No matter what.
no matter what.
No
they have some of the same
matter
qualities. So
what.
you check some of these points, best believe you're hitting the right places. You know, but also communicate with your partner, communicate with your significant other. Let them know what your love language is, so that way they can better cater to your need and know what you desire more and be able to give you that if they can.
Yeah. There's no reason why they should have dated for over a year, and Bob is just now finding out these things. Although it could be negligence on Bob's part, but whatever the case may be, now you know. All right?
Absolutely.
And I hope we've shared a tip or two
two
to help solidify your kingdom union
today. Don't forget to like, to share with your friends and your family, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications every time we drop our videos every Sunday. And comment down below. Women, this is your opportunity. Let them know those confidence boosters. Let them know what you desire, what you want from your man. Let him know. Put it down there. Give me some affection. Now I'm playing.
And until next time, be the light.
Be the salt.
And remember,
All things are possible if you believe.